Hello everyone, Bob here. Welcome to the third and last video in my stuttering series. In the last video, we explored how to communicate with people who stutter in a more friendly and warm way. In this video, I'm going to talk about some signs of stuttering and explain why it's important for parents to seek extra support when they notice these signs. Sometimes families and teachers wonder if they should get some extra help for a child who stutters. This is a really caring question to ask, and I want to help you know when it might be a good idea to talk to a doctor or a speech-language therapist. First, if a child is still stuttering after they turn 5 years old, it's a good idea to check in with a professional. Remember how I mentioned that many young kids go through a phase of stuttering? Well, for most kids, this phase ends by the time they're about 5. If it continues after that, a speech therapist can provide some really helpful support. Also, if you notice that a child seems frustrated or upset about their stuttering, that's a good time to seek help. If they start avoiding talking or if they seem sad or worried about speaking, a speech therapist can teach them strategies to feel more confident and comfortable. Watch out if a child starts avoiding certain situations because they don't want to talk. For example, if they stop raising their hand in class, or if they don't want to order their own food at a restaurant, these might be signs that they could benefit from some extra support. Another thing to look for is if there are physical signs of tension when the child is talking. This might look like facial movements like squinting their eyes or moving their mouth in unusual ways, or body movements like tapping or moving their hands or feet. If you see these kinds of things happening along with stuttering, it's definitely worth talking to a professional. Speech-language therapists are especially trained to help kids with all kinds of communication, and they're really friendly, patient people who love working with children. Getting help early can make a huge difference, and there's absolutely nothing to worry about or be embarrassed about. Remember, asking for help when you need it is actually a really smart and caring thing to do. It shows that you want the best for the child, and that's what being a good parent, teacher, or friend is all about. We're getting close to the end of our time together, and I want to share something really important. Every single voice in this world matters. Every single person has something valuable and unique to contribute, regardless of how they talk. Each one of them has their own special way of communicating. All of these different ways of communicating make our world richer and more interesting. When we embrace and celebrate these differences, we create a world where everyone feels welcome and valued. Our differences, including stuttering, add color and variety to the world, just like different flowers in a garden or different instruments in an orchestra. The most important thing about any person isn't how they talk, it's what they have to say. It's their ideas, their feelings, their stories, their dreams, their kindness, their creativity, their humor. These are the things that really matter. And these are the things we should focus on when we're listening to anyone. Well, friends, we've reached the end of our journey together, and I have to say I'm so proud of you for taking the time to learn about stuttering with me. Whether you're a parent who wants to better support your child, a teacher who wants to create a more inclusive classroom, or a young person who wants to be a better friend, you've taken a really important step today. I hope you've learned some practical ways to be helpful and supportive. Most of all, I hope you've learned that every person, regardless of how they talk, has something valuable and important to contribute to our world.